Imagine the sun just turns off. Total, sudden, absolute darkness everywhere. What would happen if our star vanished for exactly 20 minutes? Would humanity survive, or would Earth instantly freeze into solid ice? Let us break down this terrifying apocalyptic scenario step by step. I am an expert in global disasters. Listen very closely now. Minute 0. The sun's core stops producing nuclear fusion right now. But down here on Earth, absolutely nothing changes for us yet. You are drinking coffee, driving to work, completely unaware of doom. This happens because light takes 8.5 minutes traveling. We are living in a temporary illusion of warmth and safety. Then, at exactly 8 minutes and 20 seconds, the sky changes. In a single terrifying second, broad daylight turns into pitch black. A beautiful sunny morning becomes the darkest night you ever saw. Millions of stars suddenly appear in the sky above your city. The moon disappears completely because it no longer reflects solar light. Planets like Venus and Jupiter vanish from the night sky too. Global panic begins immediately. People scream as their surroundings go black. Millions of cars crash on highways as visibility instantly drops away. Automated street lights across the entire planet turn on at once, instantly. This massive sudden power draw causes catastrophic global electrical grid failures. Entire continents plunge into darkness as power plants overload and explode. Airplanes flying during the day suddenly find themselves in night conditions. Pilots rely on instruments, but the sudden shock causes fatal errors. Minute 10. Earth starts to rapidly lose its surface heat energy. However, we do not freeze into solid ice immediately. Not yet. The Earth's atmosphere and oceans hold a massive amount of heat. Temperatures drop quickly, but only by a few degrees at first. You will feel a sudden, unnatural chill running down your spine. Plants instantly halt photosynthesis, stopping the production of life-giving oxygen worldwide. Minute 12. Animals are terrified and confused by this unnatural eclipse. Birds fall from the sky or desperately seek shelter in trees. Nocturnal predators like owls and wolves suddenly wake up and hunt. The darkness feels heavy. It is a psychological nightmare for everyone. People who were sunbathing on the beach are now freezing cold. Religious cults declare the end of the world is finally here. Riots and looting break out in major cities across the globe. Emergency services are completely paralyzed by the sudden darkness and chaos. Minute 15. The global temperature drops by about 5 degrees Celsius. A cold wind begins to sweep across the suddenly darkened continents. Water does not freeze yet, but frost forms on your windows. Without the sun's gravitational pull, Earth would normally fly into space. But if only the light goes out, we stay in orbit. We are just a cold, dark rock floating in endless void. Communication networks overload as billions of people try calling their families. Internet servers crash under the weight of unimaginable global panic surges. Minute 18. The temperature continues its terrifying and steady downward spiral. Snow might start falling in places that were warm hours ago. You sit in the dark, wondering if the sun is gone forever. The 20-minute mark arrives. The sun suddenly reignites its core fusion. But again, Earth remains in total darkness for 8 more minutes. Humanity prepares for what they think is the final ice age. Minute 28. The light finally completes its journey through empty space. The return of the sun is not a gentle, peaceful sunrise. In a fraction of a second, the sky explodes with blinding light. Millions of people suffer temporary blindness from staring at the sky. The sudden intense heat hits the rapidly cooled atmosphere very violently. Massive shockwaves of expanding air create terrifying, destructive global windstorms. Hurricanes and tornadoes form instantly due to extreme sudden temperature shifts. The Earth's weather system is completely broken by this 20-minute glitch. The power grid is still destroyed, leaving billions without basic electricity. Millions of lives are lost to accidents, freezing, and global panic. The 20-minute darkness caused trillions of dollars in global economic damage. Agriculture takes a massive hit from the sudden temperature fluctuation shock. Sensitive crops die instantly, leading to severe global food supply shortages. The psychological trauma on humanity will last for generations to come. People will develop a permanent, terrifying fear of the open sky. Solar cults will rise, worshipping the star that abandoned us briefly. Governments will spend trillions building massive underground bunkers for future events. But could this apocalyptic scenario actually happen in our real universe? Scientifically speaking, the sun sun cannot just turn off like a light bulb. Its energy is generated by millions of tons of hydrogen fusing. It would absolutely take millions of years for the sun to dim. However, understanding this impossible scenario teaches us about our fragile existence. We take the sun's infinite, life-giving energy for granted every single day. Every piece of food you eat contains energy from that star. Every drop of rain falls because solar heat evaporates the oceans. We are entirely dependent on a massive nuclear reactor in space. If it blinks even for a moment, human civilization instantly crumbles. Our modern infrastructure is incredibly fragile and completely unprepared for disasters. Think about this the next time you feel the warm sunshine. Respect the incredible cosmic balance that keeps our small planet alive. If you survived this 20-minute blackout, how would you prepare next? Subscribe now for more terrifying scientific thought experiments and apocalyptic scenarios. Remember, in the cold, dark universe, light is our only salvation.